Welcome back, guys. It's the other guy. I'm about to clock in as usual. But yeah, I'm here to talk about, man, going your own way and why it should be your own way and not following where other men are going, right? So I'm gonna name three YouTubers, and I pretty much like they're all in different aspects or parts of their lives, right? The first one going by Better Bachelor. I think he's a good example of a man going their own way. I think he's left the game entirely and is completely doing his own thing. And like I said, I could respect and appreciate that. And I'm gonna get to why later on, right? The second YouTuber I'm gonna name is Alexander Grace, right? You could say he's pretty much around 15 to 20 years younger than the Better Bachelor, right? And the third YouTuber I'm gonna name is Wheat Waffles. The reason why Wheat Waffles, I'm gonna do a coverage on him, but he's pretty much around like he was like Black Pill. The reason why I named these three YouTubers is because they all basically have an epiphany at the stages of their lives, right? Wheat Waffles, known to be a black pillar, right? At the time of making his videos, most of his subscribers came from the black pill content and his PowerPoints. And I think Guy really articulates his opinion, his facts well. He does statistics. I think he's very smart. And I like his take on things. But the reason why I'm bringing all three of these guys up is because, like I said, they're at three different stages of their lives. See, now, Alexander Grace, however, he was more on the dating spectrum. He accumulated all his followings by telling men, hey, these are ways to work around the bullshit that you deal around women, and these are ways to successfully date, which means, hey, you should, dress up, you should, take care of yourself well, take care of your hair, all those things. And now his content has changed. His content has changed completely from going from that to, guys, I'm not gonna lie, there's no point of doing this. So, and the Better Bachelor, like I said, MGTOW all the way, he's doing his own thing. Okay, all three different stages of these guys' lives, right? Wheat Waffles went from black pill, and now Wheat Waffles out here is learning more about dating. He's learning more about dating and working his way around. Alexander Grace has been working his way around it the whole entire time and has been brought back to square one to saying fuck this shit all in general, despite probably being 10 to 12 years older than Wheat Waffles, right? I guess Alexander Grace is probably around like mid-30s, like probably at my age, early mid-30s. And then, like I said, Better Bachelor done did the game. He done got married twice and has left the game successfully. The point I'm trying to get here is, guys, going your own way should be your own way and not a way of another YouTuber. You follow the YouTuber that was black pilled the whole entire time because they aligned and believe with what you believe with. And, they support your beliefs. You're in an echo chamber and you're upset at the fact that they've completely abandoned, you felt like they completely abandoned what they've known, right? Because they've learned something new about themselves and are willing to learn more information about the other side. I think it's the most beautiful thing ever that Wheat Waffles has said, you know what? I have experience out here dating. I am going to go out there and test it for myself, because he was in a position in an echo chamber like most guys out here, which are not dating, right? And are basically saying like, yo, if I'm not a 6'5", nice jawline Chad, there's no chance out here for me to even be successful with women. So I'm going to abandon out. I'm going to leave dating and, entirely to everybody else. Like I'm leaving the game. I'm going to ask you this. How are you leaving something if you were never in the door to begin with? Think about it. How are you leaving something if you were never invited? It's like, yeah, how are you leaving? It's like saying that, yeah, I quit when, bro, the job fired you, bro. Like they didn't want you anymore. Or you're quitting something and you never got hired for it. This is what I mean. When you follow guys, right? Even when you listen to me, right? I am only a YouTuber speaking from my experiences, right? When you listen to these guys and they're basically, they're agreeing to what they say, things like in real life shit happens, this is going to change their life. I promise you, a lot of these guys now that say, hey, I'm going my own way, most of them aren't going their own way. They're going the way their favorite YouTuber is going, which is not their own way. Guys, one thing I respect about the Better Bachelor is that I believe and genuinely believe he has the option to get and deal with women, and you know what I'm saying, and understand women and see women for what they are. I genuinely believe if it would come to a time now, if he decided and then he wanted to be out here dating again, I believe that he could. I respect him because he's saying it's not worth it. He's saying it. So he's going his own way. Genuinely. He's saying, I do have the option to go over here, and I choose not to do that. Same thing with Alexander Grace. He's saying, you know what? I could go out here and date. I could go out there and play her game, right? I could go out there and sleep with a woman, but I choose not to because I don't like the way how I'm treated right now. Why should I go through all this to begin with? And last but not least, I respect Wheat Waffles because even though he was in the echo chamber, right? He learned and figured out that there is a way to work around with what he got going on, what he got dealt with, you know, the cards that he got dealt with in life. You see what I'm saying? And now he's going out learning that there are ways to maneuver the situation, and I'm not entirely doomed. But a lot of men can't relate to that because a lot of men aren't in a mental space, right, to where they're already defeated in their brains to where they can't go out there and date women. They have no choice. So how are you going your own way if you don't have a decision in it? You can't go your own way without decision because to be able to forge a path for yourself, you have to have options. You feel me? You have to build, you have to knock down another wall. You have to create your own option. But yeah, I just really find it interesting that in life, you know, men would say, hey, yeah, I'm going my own way, and it's not really their own way. Guys, go your own way. Whether that is if you want a family in this time now, make sure it's the fact that you want it and not because somebody else is telling you. It's like blindly following a religion because your family does, but you don't believe anything of it. But you just adopt that religion and say, yeah, because, you know, my family's in it. No, learn for yourself. Learn why you want to date women in your life and want that. My dad recently, right, you know, saying divorced and stuff like that, right? He done did the whole thing where he been, you know, single for 2 years. You feel me? Doing what he could. Still out here, you know, in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Moving around and stuff like that. Getting played. Got him a rotation. But it's hard. It's hard. Over a while, the shit gets boring. Like I said, dealing with many women on that level gets entirely boring and it's stressful. It's stressful as hell. Right? At the end of the day, he still, it don't matter who house he leave or who leave his house, he still go to bed and he say, okay, I'm doing it by himself, right? I don't want to do it by myself. I don't want to be here being in my 60s, being by myself. So he feels like it's best for him to go out there and find him somebody, right, to deal with. And he does. You feel me? And that's what he did. You feel me? And now he's moving his new girlfriend in. The point where I'm trying to say is he forged his own path. He has his options, right? And he said, you know what? I don't want to be dealing with a woman on this level. And I feel like I want to spend my days living and having and sharing a companionship with, you know what I'm saying, with somebody. And you got to respect that. So no matter what path you go down, make sure it's your path and not somebody else's. Like, comment, subscribe. Be easy.